Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of my immigrant diary. My name is Precious.
And my name is Wale. Today we are going to talk about something a lot of people might not have experienced. You probably saw it in the title. We are going to talk about my experience with me finding my social security number on the dark web. So, what is the dark web? I think just a brief discussion. It's basically a series of whether it's websites or whatever it is that where you can get a lot of things illegally. For example, you can buy like social security number, you can buy people's credit card number explicitly, for criminals. That's what they use, right? Unfortunately, sometime last year, I got a mail about it. I know what Precious. I didn't really think that much about it. I usually get like regular alerts from my credit card providers.
Yeah.
One of them just sent me an email that something has happened with your social security. I saw the subject, but I didn't pay mind to it. Because me, I'm thinking, well, I don't have money. I'm a poor man.
I know that feeling, right? Why would anybody be after me?
Exactly.
Well, it doesn't work like that sometimes.
Yeah, I think that's why I just wasn't really bothered about it. So I kind of left it at that and went about my way. I think a couple of months later, a practice that I do regularly is that I go through all my financials just to make sure things are good. Generally speaking, I'm usually trying to monitor my payments for my credit card to just make sure that like payments are going out of my bank account into the credit card and everything just looks good. I don't want to be in a situation where I am owing, I forgot to make a payment on a credit card and then something happened and it affects my credit score because I'm brand new. I'm trying to, build that credit score, get to 800 as quickly as possible. But anyways, one of these days I was just going through my account, I was going through my bank statement and I saw like a couple of charges. It said like FedEx, so it didn't look that serious. But
Okay.
and then I think they removed maybe like 30 or 40 bucks, something like that. Something that wasn't too small, like twice. So I saw FedEx. And then I scrolled past. I didn't really pay mine because FedEx is common delivery service provider. I didn't really think that much about it. But then maybe a few minutes later, I started thinking, when was the last time I used FedEx? I mean, I tried to use FedEx one time, but I've never actually used their service. So, so I'm like, so why would they charge me any kind of money? So I went back to the account. I looked at the details of the account. I said, no, this is suspicious. Then I'm not sure whether I got a notification from the bank first or I'm the one that contacted the bank first. But on my banking interface, there's a way that you can dispute this, whatever it is being charged to your account. So I disputed it. Then I immediately called customer service. One other thing also before I go on is another reason why I sort of ignored the email the first time was that I had paid for an ID detection service, like something that protects your social security, your credit card, all those kind of things. That email came around the time when I canceled their service. So in my mind, I thought, oh, maybe the service is trying to scare me into paying them money. So that's another reason why I thought, This time around, when my banking UI, I already displayed the debits on my account, and I called them after speaking to the customer care. Come to find out that the bank actually had like a data breach. So they had like a massive data breach. A lot of the customers have been getting that kind of problem. So the guy on the other end was just apologizing and everything. Apparently, that's where my problem came from. It was definitely scary.
So it wasn't a fault of yours. It wasn't something you did.
No, it
was from your bank.
Yeah.
I mean, there have been issues of, data breach across several banks in the US, several organizations, even big organizations, multinationals, they've all been hacked at one point in time or the other.
Yeah.
Some of them didn't make the news, some did, some didn't, people didn't get to hear about it. But yeah, some have been sued, class action suit. So It's
Yeah.
crazy, man. It's crazy.
I think I understand. That's one of the reasons why the guy was apologizing on the phone. So trying to appease their clients or their customers as much as possible. For me, I wasn't that bothered, but I'm just happy that they reversed my money. As long as you return my money, I'm
I'm
happy.
glad for you. Banks in America, they don't easily refund money.
If it's
You
their
know,
fault, they have to,
yeah.
or they
I'm
will be
glad. I'm
sued.
glad that you got your money back.
That's one important lesson, that if I see any email like that in the future, I really have to pay attention to it. But unfortunately, I think in the future, I probably won't still be able to determine where the problem is coming from, because even these debits I had in my account occurred later, not immediately I was notified about the problem. I think it was like a couple of weeks later, or a couple of months later, rather, before that happened. I think when your data is leaked on the web and then someone eventually buys it, then they can now use it however they will want to use it. But that process also takes time. So it can be hard to tell where the attack is exactly coming from the first time you get it. That's something I learned. And then I thought I could change my social security number because it's exposed and bank account has been basically hacked. And I'm like, well, I need a different number, but
Yeah.
apparently that's not how things work. So,
Tell me about it. What did you do in trying to have a change of your social security number?
yeah, so I went online. There's definitely a website for social security. I'm not sure if it's USCIS, but definitely on one of the government's website. If you Google it, the link will come up and you get a list of the offices that are local to you, and then you see the things that you can apply for. So
I would think it's USCIS because I remember when I paid for my social security card, my green card, I paid on the USCIS website. So I want to
probably did. So what they did is that they gave me like a list of the local ones, and then I booked an appointment with my local office. And then I went there on that day to go and talk to them about what the problem is. Basically, what they did is that they just issued me another card itself, which I asked to be issued just in case. And then I also learned that you can actually get 10 of that in your lifetime, which is interesting. So basically, I have 8 more to go now. Then they gave me a list of documents that includes resources I might find helpful, contacting the credit bureaus, trying to see how I can secure my data with them, phone numbers of things that I can call. But generally speaking, the things that were more or less recommended, I've already done all those things. So I didn't really need to follow those guidelines any longer. So for me, it's definitely an interesting experience. I disabled my debit card from my bank. I wasn't really using debit card anyway, so I'm not requesting for another one. I just disabled it and just left it like that. So far, so good. I have not had any other incidences then. Hopefully, fingers crossed, no more incidents from now on.
Yeah, but thanks, Wale. Thanks for sharing that with us. I think that's very good to know that sometimes your information can be breached even without you doing anything wrong or putting your information on the wrong site. It can still be breached from just the legit place you put your information, like Wale shared about the bank. And also the fact that you cannot get a change of social security number.
Yeah.
So it's also good to know. That's very useful information. So if anyone has any issue with the social security number, please note you cannot get a change of social security number, right?
Yeah.
So Wale, thanks for this time, and thanks for everyone who's watching and listening at this time. Please like, subscribe, share our videos, and support our channel. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll see you in the next one.